They try to get the boy up out of there, y'all. At least that's what Trump was probably thinking. So Trump was sitting here with the Prince of Saudi Arabia. I don't know what they was discussing, but I guess some assistants of him came and poured water in a cup for him, and you see them give him the cup. And then another person came, they didn't pour the water or whatever it was in that cup for Donald Trump. They just came and handed it to him. And then you see him, he go and throw his junk back. Donald Trump looking at his junk, he looked down at it, and then he just got it in his hand. He looks over at Donald Trump to see if he drunk that junk. Trump just still having his hand, and then he ended up hitting it in the back and was like, nah, I ain't finna drink that junk. Y'all look at it. So look, you see them pour the junk for him. Donald Trump just get handed it. He ain't getting nothing poured. They just handing him the junk. Look, he took that junk back real quick. Donald Trump still got that junk in his hand. He looked down at it like, what the fuck is this? He like, nah, I ain't gonna drink this junk. Look, he gonna put it in the side. He looked like, you gonna drink that? Look, Trump, I ain't drinking that shit. I'm not gonna lie, I be the same way. If somebody give me something and you ain't poured from the same junk he got it from, I'm not finna drink it. And then I didn't even see you pour mine in. You just came and handed it to me. And you expect me to drink it? Yeah, okay.
Donald Trump was on the verge of falling asleep during his meetings in Saudi Arabia today. This is not good. Just take a look.
Now out of Saudi Arabia, and Mohammed bin Salman is saying we need a resolution on a Palestinian state. And I don't necessarily recall several years ago, pre-October 7th, as that being a demand that...
This actually happened multiple times. Like, just take a look at this example just shortly after.
واليوم نعمل على فرص شراكة بحجم $600 مليار.
He can barely keep his eyes open. Sleepy Donald has returned. You know, Trump said that he was going to go to the Middle East, and specifically Saudi Arabia, and project strength, American strength. Well, the American strength is currently falling asleep, apparently. And by the way, anytime that Joe Biden went on these long trips and closed his eyes for maybe 3 seconds, Republicans slammed him for it. So will MAGA call out Donald Trump in the same way? Probably not. As a reminder, I post on YouTube, Instagram, Substack, and more. The link is in my bio. Check it out. It would mean a lot.
The United States has a new best friend, and that is Saudi Arabia, who rolled out the purple carpet for President Trump and just invested $600 billion into the United States that President Trump said is worth over 2 million jobs for Americans. They signed a strategic economic partnership that is supposed to strengthen long-term ties between the two countries, and the deal covers areas of energy, defense, trade and investment, technology, and is also set to support Saudi Arabia in their 2030 vision, where they're able to diversify their economy through non-oil sectors like entertainment and tourism. This was a positive visit from the start, and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman showed great respect for President Trump by breaking protocol and personally greeting President Trump on the tarmac rather than sending a lower-ranking royal as is customary. After that, Trump received a horse escort as his motorcade arrived at the Saudi royal court. President Trump has been in office for 4 months and is already making big deals for the United States. As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
So Donald Trump is in Saudi Arabia today. As soon as he entered the Saudi Arabia airspace, he immediately got greeted by 6 F-15 Saudi Arabian fighter jets. I mean, we've sold it to them, but that's not the point. He got there, and these 6 fighter jets safely escorted him to the palace. Now, the entire time he was on his trip heading there, the left-wing mainstream media are between themselves conversating. Do you think he's gonna get the red carpet welcome? Do you think they're gonna show him he's that important? Guess what, bitch? Understand this. See, the red carpet is for VIP. What my president got is way better. My boy got welcomed purple carpet style. They gave him the purple carpet. You know what that means, bitch? royalty. No other president have ever gotten a royal welcome the way Donald Trump got the purple carpet royal welcome to Saudi Arabia today. And then he went on to secure a $1 trillion deal for oil, infrastructure, AI. It's a 10-year partnership, a trillion. And then on him entering the stage with the purple carpet for his speech, they played his favorite song. And I think it's my favorite too. Because with DJT as our president, guess what? I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. You heard me, bitch? Yeah, we ain't taking no red carpets around here. Because my boy is royalty. We got purple carpet. Only for royalty, bitch.
Donald Trump was treated like royalty. Did you see how Saudi Arabia rolled out the purple carpet? A Saudi fighter jet escorted Air Force One. Even the Saudi crown prince greeted him on the tarmac, completely breaking protocol, showing deep respect. They gave him a 21-gun salute honoring his arrival, and the color purple signifies royalty in the Saudi culture. He was awarded the collar of Abdulaziz Al Saud. I'm so sorry if I butchered that name, but this is the highest honor in the kingdom. This signals that the crown prince sees Donald Trump as an equal and a key ally. And hey, even Elon Musk was there. Trump secured a $600 billion investment with Saudi Arabia. After that, Trump has a spectacular speech, puts an end to sanctions in Syria, and brings the whole house down. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a presidency that will be in the history books for as long as this nation is alive. So I think it's safe to say that Trump had a monumentally successful trip to Saudi Arabia. This man is making moves beyond our wildest dreams. And I don't know about you, but I am so ready to see what happens next.
We've been lied to, guys, haven't we? Because is anyone else watching what's happening over in Saudi Arabia right now with Donald Trump and how they absolutely busted out the red carpet for this man and are throwing basically America First party over in the Middle East right now? That they're investing $600 billion into the American economy? Because I'm old enough to remember that in the 80s and the 90s, the United States did nothing but blow up the Middle East. Why do I know that? Because I'm Middle Eastern. Don't look it, I know. But I had family that had to hear the bombs happen in Lebanon and hide in their basements or hide wherever they could seek shelter. But what the hell happened? Why the change here? Is this why they're after Donald right now? Is he stopping the entire war machine? I thought this man was supposed to be creating World War III. I was told that we was going to do World War III. What's going on?
President Trump visited Saudi Arabia, and it was amazing, the reception he got. Watch this.
Merciful. Your Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud, Crown Prince and Prime Minister, the Honorable Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. Your Highnesses.
Today, President Trump was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He was greeted by the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and he was giving a hero's welcome. Look at how they greeted him with all of the American flags. Because he went there to broker peace between all of the Arab nations and themselves, as well as them with Israel. Everyone knows that President Trump is the president of peace. When he left office in 2020, he had signed the Abraham Accords with many of the Arab nations that included the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan, and Israel. And that was so important because, you know, these countries have been at war forever. And they said some of the meetings that he had, they had never had before. And so this time, President Trump went to meet with Saudi Arabia and said, what can we do to broker peace? Saudi Arabia had already committed to investing over $600 billion in the United States in areas such as energy, defense, and mining. This is a great accomplishment because what it does is the way President Trump addresses these nations, and he talked about this, how he addressed them and how they should run their own countries and they should not be ruled by globalists. That's something that other nations can respect. And that's why they welcome him and they do things for him that they would not do for other presidents, because he does not go there and tell them what to do. He goes there and talks to them about how they can work together to create peace, to create things like energy, like mining, like he said, like transportation, and all things that will help the people of their nations. And because he goes there as a friend, he does not go there as their superior, then he's welcome. And look at how he was welcomed.
So as we watch this, we'll see if we get a comment or two in a moment. The Saudis had pledged $600 billion, and the president said, I challenge you to take it to $1 trillion. And we'll see whether or not that's the case. Further down the week in the United Arab Emirates, they have made a $1.4 trillion commitment to invest that amount of money over a period of 10 years here in the United States.
If you would like more information on President Trump's visit to Saudi Arabia, please visit me on YouTube at Dr. Didi Curtis. Thank you.
This is the fancy welcome ceremony Donald Trump received today after arriving in Saudi Arabia with Elon Musk. Apparently, Saudi Arabia even had a mobile McDonald's set up for Trump's visit. Here's a video of Elon Musk being greeted today by Saudi Arabia Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. The White House also just posted this less than an hour ago. Trump was able to secure a pretty big deal, Saudi Arabia investing $600 billion in the United States. $600 billion in Saudi investment in the United States build on President Trump's record in 2017 of securing billions in commercial deals and agreements with Saudi Arabia for the defense, energy, technology, and infrastructure sectors. Some of the sectors they listed the $600 billion deal is going to be going towards $20 billion in AI data centers and energy infrastructure in the United States. You can take a screenshot and read the rest of them here. However, the most important part of the agreement is right here. The United States and Saudi Arabia signed the largest defense sales agreement in history, nearly $142 billion worth. This provides Saudi Arabia with state-of-the-art warfighting equipment and services from over a dozen U.S. defense firms. 5 broad categories are Air Force advancement and space capabilities, air and missile defense, maritime and coastal security, border security, and land force modernization, and information and communication system upgrades. Pretty interesting developments. We'll see how things unfold moving forward. Make sure to shoot me a follow if you want to stay up to date on world news, geopolitics, and more.